It was a small town when I grew up, rural Vermont. There's not a lot going on. Me and my friends play a lot of sports, and we spend a lot of time outside climbing trees. Just finding creative ways to entertain ourselves when we weren't in school. But our school itself wasn't that great. We really didn't like it. It was pretty compartmentalized with cliques, and people didn't really like each other that much. There was 200 people in the entire school. The high school only had 50 kids, and I graduated with 16 kids. Cabot High School is going through some hard times right now too. When I was going to school there was like 2 votes to close the high school because the town is sick of paying the high taxes to build new infrastructure for the school and support it. Recently, since I left, they've cut sports from the high school curriculum. That kind of makes me sad just because out of all the things in Cabot, sports were like pretty much the only thing that I actually cared about. This town has a lot of unique challenges. First of all, just funding in general. There's not a lot of people that live here, so there's not a lot of taxpayers. Economically, there's not a lot of opportunity in rural Vermont. Our town of Cabot is particularly based a lot around tourism for like maple sugar houses and the Cabot Creamery as well. Jobs are hard to come by, especially good paying jobs as well. Most of the jobs around here are minimum wage or like just slightly higher. A lot of this town particularly is employed by the Creamery just because it's like the only large business that's here. If it wasn't for the Cabot Creamery, a lot of these people in this town would be unemployed. I would describe the community of Cabot as a lot of old folks, a lot of young children, and then by the time they're like 17 to 25 is usually when they leave or they decide to stay, and a large majority decide to leave. I would say this town is not doing its young community well, and I think that's in the long run that's going to affect it pretty drastically. Cabot itself feels so quiet and so secluded from the rest of the world. It's almost like sickening how much of a postcard everything looks like, and how friendly everyone is, but maybe that's just a really negative view that I felt sometimes, but eventually you just get sick of looking at a postcard and the quaintness gets a little overwhelming.